Righto guys, once again, like I said in the other previous video on the currencies or the indexes or whatever the case might be, it is the end of the year 2020, Christmas. Next week is Christmas, next Friday is Christmas, and yes, crypto I think has got great potential. Unfortunately for me, I've been waiting for this over here. Let's just go and look at his strategy. We just discussed his strategy quickly. I think let me just take this back. Let's just go back in time over here. Let's just go back in time. Right. Now my strategy is, this is the percentage Bollinger Band B. It's a special indicator from old Mr. Bollinger himself. But anyhow, what I'm saying is that somewhere over here, like there maybe, you could enter. The minute you go out of the lower Bollinger Band and you break back in, you can buy. But look what happened over here, dropped down again. So you must be ready to buy there once again. Now if you had bought down there, even if you had bought over here, there, right, where is it? There, where are we? That's an opening of that price over there, right? You can see over here where you would have reached break even, right? You would have reached break even. Let's go straight along this line over here. Over here you would have reached break even and you would have come into the money. You see, what I like about trading the coins like this, on this method, preferred method, you're actually, okay, when you're trading, you're actually risking your whole account, put it this way, because you're not putting a stop loss in. You can, if you want to, say, right, I'm going to stop out on, let's say, 3% risk. I'm going to trigger out and I'm going to climb out of the deal. You can do that, right? Obviously it'll be a good thing to do maybe as well, but sometimes it will avoid you from running through to the big profit, right? Because let's say, for instance, you had entered over here. I would go maybe over there, you could have exited your trade. Now no matter how you look at it, over there you would have made profit. You would have been break even on the other one, and the other trade would have made some big profits for you, right? That's it. You'd have been out of your trade over there. Now okay, you've lost out on all this movement over here, which was a very good movement, but anyhow, that's his strategy. Let's go on. We must wait for it to go back down under the zero again. So once again we have come back. We didn't break above. Yeah, somewhere we're breaking above. So there you would have entered over there, right? Now let's just move it down. Let's just move it down. You would have entered, I said, over here somewhere, there somewhere, right? On the opening of that candle there. Look how many times you went into the money over there, but you had no exit. The exit is over here. That's where the exit is. So you traded over there one time, you add on over here, you'll be adding on over there again, and you'll be adding on over here again. Your exit would have been up here, up there. That's where your exit would have been. I think you would have made quite a lot of money over there, right? I'm busy waiting because this strategy I only came across on the internet after this over here. So I'm sitting waiting for it to go down so that I can buy. This is VET, USDTT, is another coin. It's not Bitcoin though, but again, when you look at it, if you had bought over there, the same time more or less Bitcoin started to make its run, the percentage growth here on this coin was better, in actual fact better over this time than what Bitcoin was. You can see I'm working on a 12-hour chart on this one over here. You can switch to a daily chart as well if you wish. You'll have better entries actually, in actual fact, but fewer entries, right? We can switch it to a daily chart and we can just have a look over here quickly. Let's just go into a daily. Hopefully the internet will hold. Righto. Yes, sure it did. Okay. Now we can go and have a look at the daily chart, for instance. There you had your one entry over here. There you had the entry. You missed out on that big drop we had over there. You had your entry over there and you had your exit over here, more or less the same place. But that was a very good move, because if you take it, you would have bought there. Where are we now? There. So in the opening of that price there, you'd have bought VET at let's say 0.28 cents. That's 0028 cents, 0028 cents, and it went right up to, what is our closing price over here? 005. So that is your 100 and something % growth that you had over there. It's a pity you would have lost out on that move over there. What a pity. But anyhow, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you would have had one buy over here, right? One over there, and you would have had another buy over here, there, down there, right? And your exit would have been on the top of this candle here once again. So no matter how you're looking at it, you know, you can make in a couple of trades. I mean, that is since July up to now. We are talking, if you go and work those two trades out, those two trades will be giving you maybe a 200% growth. That's just trading one coin. That's just trading one coin, 2 trades in the year. The whole thing is, it becomes very frustrating to check every day. You come and you check your charts and there's nothing. There's no trade. And you are checking and you are checking. You know, you reach a point where you're even trying to force a trade, and that's where you're going to lose your money. Really, I've seen it how many times now already. Guys, you can go through the internet, go through YouTube, and you're going to find many guys that are trying to force a trade, and that's exactly the time when you're going to lose your money. Please guys, if you've got your strategy, like this strategy over here now for instance, don't disobey it. Keep to it. Just keep to it. Right? Just follow your rules. That's it. Don't try and bend them. Don't try and force a trade because it looks like to you it's going to go long or whatever the case might be. Don't. The unfortunate part about if you're trading these coins like that, you cannot go into a sell position. You can only buy. Buy and cancel. Buy and cancel. That's all. You can only trade long. You cannot trade short. Right? It's the same as the stock market. You can only buy up one way. You only buy up one way. It's not the spot market. You're buying one and you go up, you sell. That is the same with these coins over here. With that said, guys, I think that I'll be waiting on the daily chart though, because I only want to trade it on the daily chart because I want to find more coins maybe. I want to look into some more coins, the option of some more coins. Another one that I've been looking into, I can show you here quickly before we end, is Beam USDT. This is a very stable coin, right? Here it is. Oh my gosh, just look at this, right? You would have bought, where is it? Somewhere around, no, you didn't have a touch there, eh? You didn't have a touch there. You didn't have a touch, right? But let me see, what is it, the value there? The value is 0.04. So I think maybe I would have taken that trade over there. I'm not sure. Maybe. Even here as well. I would have taken that trade there too, because let's look at it, it's 0.05, right? I think because I actually said under 0.5, I will go for it, right? And here I must be over 0.1 to get out of the trade. I must be over, you see at 1.3, that's measuring 1.3 over there. It must be, if you look at this over here, right, that must be over 1.1 to get out. There's 1.3, great, you'll get out of the trade over there. So I would have most probably have taken the first trade there maybe. Then I would have come along, just get rid of all that over there. What was my gap over here? 0.5, sorry, I wouldn't have taken, it's too big. I want more or less 0.1 in the region of 0.04, maybe, I'm not sure, but it's under 0.5. Maybe you would have taken it. You would have got out on the top of that candle over there, right? But preferably you want that one to go under. It must go under that one over there. So let's say you didn't trade it. Look at this one over here. There you went, you bought over there, right? What is the opening price of this candle over here? The opening price is 24 cents. Let's say 24 cents, right? That's the opening price of that, 24 cents. We would have got out over here, and what's my closing price over here? It is 41 cents. That's almost 100% growth that you had over there. That's really not bad, right? That's one trade so far the year, 100% growth over there. you didn't have another entry on this one here. You just didn't have another entry onto it. That is why I want to find maybe 5 coins that a guy can watch every morning. You can go through your checklist and see which coin is maybe ready for a buy. And you can maybe, let's say, put $1,000 onto each one, or whatever the case might be. And yeah, I mean, you know, if you put $1,000 on each one and you make, let's say, $5,000 just by trading a couple of coins in a year, it's $5,000 you didn't have. And how long does it take you to analyze? We've looked at 2 now in a couple of minutes. So yes, I mean, if you spend every morning a couple of minutes just to analyze and see which coins you can trade, by all means, guys, I think you can have a good success. It's very easy to trade like this. The main thing you must be very careful of when you are trading coin, and that is your coin exchange. That's like a broker. Make sure they are very fly-by-nights, and coin exchanges is not regulated like forex brokers are regulated. There are many of them. Guys, do your homework and do your homework well. I'm using Binance. It was recommended to me by somebody else, and yes, Binance looks very good. I've done a lot of reading up about it, and they seem to be very reliable, and they've got a lot of coins that you can choose from and that you can trade. And I think that trading with Binance, I think you're as safe as you can be trading coins. You must just be very careful for these coins that come and go. I wouldn't trade any coin that doesn't have a history. You'll see a lot of coins have just been launched and you have maybe a week's history or something like that. I won't trade that. I want to see at least, let's say, maybe 6 months to a year's worth of history. If I can't see that, I believe it's going to be a fly-by-night maybe. Who knows? It could be another Bitcoin also, but I rather want to play safe. I'm tired of losing my money, so that is why I rather play safe, and I go for something that I know has some history. I can analyze it, I can see this trading strategy is going to work on it, because that's most important, guys. You want to have a bit of ease of mind that whatever you're trading, it will go right. Just before we go, just before I close off this video, what I would like to mention to you, you get, like with Bitscape, it's a program that you can use to connect to Binance to make the trading a little bit easier, because the exchange brokers platform is not the easiest to use. That's why you get lots of things like Bitscape, whatever, you can connect them to the trading platform. They take some commission on the trades, etc. Also, it doesn't matter, but they've also got grid trades what you can use. I actually had a grid trade on this account before I stopped that, because what actually happened is, was it on Beam? No, it was on VET. Let's go back to VET. Let's go back to VET. VET USDT. Come on quickly, righto. It was over here somewhere, right? Where I put in a grid trader, and it came down, 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 and it went up again, and it came back down again, and it was bouncing down, and over here it went through the bottom limit of my grid, and it was just bouncing the whole time, up and down, up and down. Now, to be very honest with you, I got impatient. Bad for any trader to get impatient, because it wasn't going anywhere, and as soon as I closed off the grid in a loss, look what happened. If I had left that grid, I would have made over 100% of this account going up over here. I would have doubled my money. If I'd left that grid, yes, I would have made over 100% going up over here. Bad luck for me, huh? But anyhow, I personally just don't like the idea of having a grid. You need a lot of money normally to be able to trade a grid properly. But I think if you can put enough money one side and you can trade the grid properly, I think you've got great potential that you can make some good profits from it. But I prefer, for time being, I will stick to this indicator down over here, and I will buy whenever it comes back through there. At that point there, like there, I'll buy. That point there, I will buy, and that's how I'm going to try and do it. I'll keep it like that, guys, until I can see this is really working for me, because it's once a day. It's just once a day that you're going to be spending a couple of minutes. You can analyze 2 or 3 different currencies, and that's it. You just leave it. The grid bots, just as good. I mean, you put the money in, put the grit bot on, configure. You must just make sure the grit is working all the time. That's all. That's the biggest job you're going to have to do. And yes, I think that if you make your grit right from the top, right down to the bottom, then I think you've got great potential of making money, because no matter where it moves up and down, I mean, this coin is really going to move up and down the whole time. And you must just make sure that you start your grit low. Don't start your grit high, because if you start your grit high, it's going to, it's going to buy, and it's going to use up all your money. I think it's better to start your grit low and let it go up, down, and let it build its way up to the top. And if it runs out on the top of the grit, you've made a lot of money, right? I mean, you can, if you want to, if you can stretch your grit from there to the very bottom, then maybe you can start on the top, because you'll be buying, and when it does turn around and come up to the top, you're going to make a lot of money. A lot, believe me if I tell you, a lot. I just personally prefer taking it there, because you buy, it comes down, you buy, you know, every time it comes down it buys, you hit target, it buys again, you hit target, it buys again, you hit target, and it's running like that the whole time. It'll be buying and hitting target, buying and hitting target. Like over here, this move here, you know how much money you would have made in that move there, because you were buying, and it came zoop up and it hit all your targets. It took all that whole grit out over there. Here it came down again, buying, and zoop, it just went straight back up again. Took them all out again. Guys, the grit has got a great potential, and I'm still going to look into it. I just, I don't want to put too much money into this yet. I just feel a little bit uncomfortable still. I just want to get to know it a little bit better. Then I'll most probably put a grit onto it and let the grit run onto it, because the grit has got great potential in this. In Forex, no, because Forex, you're working on leveraged products. He has no leveraged product, right? It's not a leveraged product. And you get some grits that you can use for free. Let me just close here. And then I think like Bitscape is the one. What's the other one now? I just can't think of the name. Have I got it on this computer? Bitscape. That is Bitscape. And which one is this? This must be the other one. Yes, this must be the other one. Where are we? Yes, Bit Universe. Now, Bit Universe is just as good as Bitscape. They are actually totally free. They just get commission on the trades they are placing, because you're working on their platform, and they place the trades through to Binance. You've got an API key and whatever that you set up, and then Binance gives them a commission on all the trades coming from their platform. And like I said to you guys, if we go back here, where's this Bitscape? Where's this chart once again over here? If you set this thing up properly, guys, right, I mean, really, you've just got a great potential of hitting it. Let me see if I can maybe show you the grit. Oh yes, here, let's go here to bots. Right, this should open up a grit now for us, hopefully. You see, there's a grit. You can see it now. Now, every time, let's just take this here. Righto. So, what happened over here? From here, let's say from there, every time it hits the one of the red lines, it buy. You can see it was green. Those lines were at a stage green. So it bought those are all open positions now, which has been bought over there. Those ones I don't think is opened yet, but from there it'll be all open. These here will be closed. So now when it hits that one there, it's going to close it in a profit and place a new buy order in there. And then it's going to continue going up, or it'll come down. So in movements like this here, this is where this grit really does well, and that is you want volatility. But like I said, you must be very careful that you can catch your grit. Let me just make it smaller, right? And then you can cover this whole grit over here. You must be able to cover that whole grit, from the very high to the very low. You must be able to cover that whole grit over there to be able to trade it successfully. Now, if you look at this, they are talking of you need $3,600 to start this grit on that basic principle. Every grit is 0.37%. So in every time you hit a red line, you'll be making 0.37% of your money profit. Every one of them. Because every one is 0.3% 0.3 or let's say 0.4% of your account. There's 180. There's 180 of these grits over here. Guys, trading like this, I'm telling you, this thing is really going to make you money. It is. The while when it was coming down for me, you see, because my bottom of my grit was somewhere over here. And when it ran out, and it ran out, and it ran out, and we were down here the whole time, it wasn't looking good for me. And that's why I just cancelled. If I didn't cancel, look what happened. It would have taken my whole grid out for me. It would have run out on the top side of my grid. I would have been in the money all the way. And this would have brought me back into the buying again, and once again would have been going up. Guys, this system has really got great potential. Honestly, it has. And what I like about it, you just put, let's say, 95% of your account, and what it must work the grid out on, and it just calculates your lot sizes automatically. That's it. You don't have to go and calculate lot sizes, anything. It does it all automatically. This thing has got great potential, and I will really be looking into it very early next year again. Maybe I'll try a smaller grid. Let's say I'll cut that maybe down to, let's say, 50, right? To 50 grids maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see, and maybe just cut down the top end of the grid, and you can maybe bring it down to $1,000 like this. That means every grid is now spaced at 1.35%. So every time I hit one, it'll be 1.35% every time. Every time. Right? And it is covering you from the bottom through to the top. You've got great potential like doing it like this, guys. But just the smaller you want this grid, this here, you don't want to actually go over 1%. But if you're going to make it more, let's just make it 75 trades. You're going up to $1,500 already. But then you're bringing it down to 0.89%, which is okay. It's okay. If you can trade 0.89% of your on every grid. Preferably you'd want more, because the easier it becomes easier to make money up and down the whole time, up and down the whole time. You see, the smaller that spacing is, the easier it just hits and hits and places new trades the whole time. So you'll be making a lot more money going sideways like that over there. I think they've got, oh yeah, you can see back testing certain currencies, GRT, certain coins, 134% in the last month. This coin over here, 115%. This one over here, 98%. Look at this one, T-Fuel, 62. Look at this one here, XRP, RIM, 77%. Eh? I mean, ONG, this is one I've been watching for a very long time as well, 88%. You know, when you're looking at it, the potential of grid trading here is very good. And of course, like I said to you, the amount of work from your side, minimal. If it's set up, is running, you can just check in once or twice a day to make sure everything is working properly. That's all. That's all you have to do. You don't have to look for anything. You don't have to wait for anything to happen. You're not waiting for any indicator. You're the whole time in the market. If you're set to grid up properly, you will be in the market the whole time. Really, you'll be there the whole time. Cashing in profits, you can take profits out if you want to. And to fund your Bitcoin account over here by Binance is very, very easy. Me being in Cambodia, what I do is I go on Cambodia, Bitcoin Cambodia. I get a number. They send me, I give them my my wallet number. They send me how much I was going to pay into their account. I pay it in, and 5 minutes later the Bitcoins is into my account. As easy as that. No hassle in moving your money. Nothing like confirming accounts and all this bullshit. Nothing about that, guys. It's very easy to fund your account over here. You must just make sure that your wallet, your withdrawal wallet number doesn't get into anybody else's hands. That's all. Because then you can't be hacked. But yes, trading here, it can be very good. Trading a grid, it's got great potential. I'm looking more and more into grid trading, and maybe I'll still see over this Christmas period. I'll do a lot more homework and see if I'm going to set up an account with that amount of money into it and let it run. Just leave it, let it run. The last time my spacing was much bigger than what it is now, and I would like to bring the spacing down. If you can be under 1%, I think it's great. Really going to be great, because you know you want to cash in. You want to cash in all the time. The smaller you can get that, the better. So I think what I'll do is I'll consider it and see how things go. Guys, with that said, once again, have a happy Christmas and a prosperous new year. Let's hope that if you decide, whichever you decide, Bitcoin, or if you're sorry, Bitcoin, coins, or crypto, or whatever, my website is now providing both. I'll keep updated. Most probably next year I'll make more videos about the coin trading as well. Guys, thank you for viewing.